Tony here with dripmonkey.com. Today we're going to be setting up a garden drip irrigation kit. This is a great kit because it is so rewarding knowing that you're growing your own vegetables or herbs, either way. Oh, and not only that, but this is a great experience for kids. If you have kids, knowing that a tomato doesn't come from the grocery store, that it actually comes from a garden. So, and not only that, but your vegetables are just going to be absolutely phenomenal. Tomatoes are going to be so acidic. The best thing about this kit too is you got your direct watering only to the plants, and you're going to get that deep soak. Not only that, but with the direct watering just to the plants, you're going to keep your weeds out of your garden as well. Let's go ahead and set this up. This drip kit will include your mainline tubing, your 1/4 inch tubing, your 1/4 inch adjustable drip emitter on the 5-inch spike, goof plug, or in plug just in case you want to move your system around, your figure 8 hose end clamp, your backflow preventer, your hose end adapter for the main line, elbow for the main line, and your 3-in-1 hole punch. You can put this kit together with either garden shears or simple scissors. To start out with, you take your backflow preventer, put it onto your regular hose bib. That backflow preventer will keep any of the water from your system getting back into your drinking water. It's already been contaminated, or at least it has not been treated. Take your compression fitting on your 1/2-inch hose and just tighten it on there. And you're not even screwing it on there. It's just a compression fitting where you just press it in there. Connect your hose. And now we'll tie it off at the end. For the sake of time, I've already set up my garden boxes, and this would be what you would consider a raised bed garden. And so what I did was I actually ran my main line up to the top of the boxes, and then I've also got the main line run to my second box over here. And so I did a little augmentation to the kit, but again, with every one of these kits, don't worry, you can add more stuff to it or even take stuff away. So I've actually got a few more elbows involved in this particular kit than a regular kit if you were to just do it ground level. Now, once you've got your mainline hose laid out in the configuration that you want, all depending on how each garden is set up, you're going to clip the end of the hose depending on what length you need. You're going to take your figure 8, slide it onto the hose. Give yourself a little room. I always like to give at least 4 or 5 inches, maybe even up to 6 inches. Fold it over, and on the other end of your figure 8 clamp, you're just going to put it in there, and that's going to be what pressurizes all your hoses once you charge your system. I'm also using some of the spikes that I have. They're not in the kit, but you can always order those, and those will help to keep your hose where you want it at all time. So what you can do is, with your spike, kind of put it in between that fold and just set it down into your garden. And not only that, but you know, as it rains and stuff like that, your hose just isn't going to shift around. All right, what I like about this particular kit and this particular emitter is it's on a 5-inch spike. And you've already got the 1/4 inch barb that you're going to connect into your mainline hose. So what you do is take that barb off, take your 1/4 inch hose, connect that barb into the 1/4 inch hose. You can do that either by hand, or you can do your 3-in-1 hole punch. Take your 3-in-1 hole punch, create a hole in your main line, Take your barb, connect it into the main line. Just do it by hand and you can hear it snap. Now run the length of your hose about an extra ½ an inch to an inch. Cut your hose. Take your barb that's on the emitter and connect that onto your ¼ inch hose. Place it, it's probably not going to be permanent, but just place it next to your plant, and once we charge the system, you'll be able to see exactly where you want the water to go for your plant, making sure it's the most efficient. Once you've got your system charged and you can see where the water is going to go, you can adjust this all depending on how much water you want getting to that particular plant. Either you can drop it down or you can bring it up. Not only that, but once it's once it's going, you have a better idea with your spike exactly how you want this placed in here. What's kind of nice about these spikes too is you can set them at an angle almost kind of like over the plant and just kind of push it down there so you're getting more of an area that's covered in the water. So, and again, if you have too much water, you're just gonna adjust it down, and you can get it even down to just a little bit of a drip. I prefer to have it almost kind of like a little sprinkler, kind of like that. One thing I wanted to point out with this particular system is it includes the end plugs, which they also call goof plugs. So if you ever need to move a hose, what you do is you take out the hose that you don't need. This may actually require some pliers though. Take your goof plug, find the hole that needs to be plugged, and then just squeeze it into the main line until it pops. Sometimes you have to squeeze the main line as well. Hey, so as you can see with the garden that I've already set up, I just kind of wanted to point out what I've got growing in here. I've got cantaloupe over here. I've got a great looking basil. This thing just grows like a madman here in Texas. And as you can tell, with this particular emitter, you're getting about a 6-inch spread. So, even if you don't have it right on your plant or right in the middle, you still have a nice spread, and it's going to feed and water all of those roots. I've got green beans that are actually growing green beans on them. I can't wait to have those. And then my tomato plants, which I absolutely love tomatoes. Over here, I've got bell peppers. I've got the the cucumbers over here with the Boston pickles over here. These are really for canning. I love the smell of lavender, and this stuff does really well in the heat. Just smells absolutely amazing. I got poblano peppers over here, and then I also have 5 more tomato plants over here. So this is Tony with dripmonkey.com. Just to kind of give you an idea, because this garden is set up a little bit different because it's a raised bed, it took me a little bit longer, but I actually got it done in an afternoon. And with all my lines that I set up, those took a little bit of time because you have to measure out and do a lot more because you're watering each individual plant. All depends on how efficient you are and how detailed you get with it, but you can get this done in an afternoon. It's nice and easy, and again, this is a great experience for kids. They're gonna know where a tomato comes from and not think that it comes from a grocery store.